Welcome back, and I am here with you guys on the One Mic Media channel. And today we are here to discuss, as we do every Sunday, Power Book 4. And this episode was episode 7. And of course, we got some special treats for y'all today, but I can't do that until I bring in my usual suspect, one of my main staples, doing this power show for many years, my girl, or your girl, as she put on here, Michelle. What's up, Shell? Hey. I
What's
lost
up,
my
Mike?
camera, but I'm still here. I can hear you guys. And also we got a special guest in the building, as they say on the Breakfast Club. But this time we got somebody who's been watching, really into it. Also a big Power fan, so I'm delighted to hear her insight and thoughts. We got a new person in the building. What's going on, Stephanie?
Hey, how are you?
As you can see, she's a little quiet. Told her she was a little nervous, but she'll get it together.
Oh, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
hmm
Oh, now we lost me.
And now we lost Mike.
He's a little too excited, I guess.
hmm Technical difficulties. So, Steph, you watch all the shows?
I do. I do. I've been watching since the beginning, the very first show.
Yeah, I have not missed one. When I say fan.
Mhm.
All right, sorry about that, girls. Hope you guys hold it down while I was gone, but I'm back in the building right now. So, you hear me? We good?
Yes, we can hear you.
You said kind of sort of, Michelle.
Yeah, you sound kind of distant, but we can hear you.
Okay, all right. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. 1 second. Audio. Just switch to.
All right, I should be better now.
Yeah, you are better.
Okay. And the camera, 1 second. Should switch to this camera. All right, we back. Okay, so this episode, it starts right away with a sex scene with Tommy and what's her name, Mariella, stuff like that. Maria, like
Maria.
Maria. Okay, so anyway, so that just shows me that they're getting closer. But while this happens, in the middle of it, Miguel pops up, and she got to run and hide, and he pops up to tell Tommy that he got to do something about the Serbs. Tommy says that why don't you cut off their supply, and Miguel says he got to talk to the boss Che to see can he get that approved. So that whole opening scene, let's start with Michelle. How you felt about the whole thing?
I was nervous. I was nervous. Like you're saying, like we're starting to see Tommy and
Maria.
Maria getting closer, in spite of her hesitation. But when Miguel knocked on the door, I said, "Oh my God!" Because we already know if he catches them two together, it's over for Tommy.
Mhm.
But a little foreshadowing. We already know it's Tommy's show, so nothing's gonna happen right now, right? Um, I think that was a really smart move on Tommy's behalf to get Miguel to agree to cut off the Serbs.
Mhm.
Because, like I said, it has to start at the top, right?
Mhm.
And we already know that they don't want any more bloodshed because of what happened at the project. So, how do you do it? You gotta be smart about it. So, I think that was a good play between Miguel and Tommy. And then, as all of our hearts were dropping, and we were in the back room with Maria, my nerves were shot. I'm like, because you saw him walking around, so it was a bit of suspense, right?
And the way he was
But
knocking on the door in the first place, almost like he knew something. It was crazy.
right, I was funny because I'm on a Facebook group about
Okay.
Power Force,
Okay.
right? And one of the commenters said, "Why does everyone know where Tommy lives at this season?"
And that was my question.
Right.
Where this man lives. And
Right.
why
Yeah.
didn't he see her car out there? She's driving an Audi.
He doesn't know
So why
yet.
did? Oh, maybe he doesn't. But later on, you see she parks right in front of the apartment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then why does he want to strategize with Tommy? Like you barely know him. You just met him. So how do that he can strategize and help you out like that? How do you trust him like that? So I mean, I like the fact that we saw uh how close they're getting. It was a little gross for me because I'm not like a romantic person. So when they're like, "Where have you been all my life, waiting for you?" I'm like, "Pick me apart." But it's nice to see. I'm scared for Maria because Tommy, when he's in love, like it don't make good. And I'm just nervous for her. I'm not so much nervous for Tommy because I feel like she can handle Miguel. But yeah, I'm a little nervous for her.
Well, I don't know, but she said her last boyfriend was killed once Miguel found out. So
But
I don't know.
And you see what he did to the doctor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, you see what he did to the doctor too. Yeah, but Tommy, that's like my boyfriend in my head, so I know.
Okay.
I know that Tommy can handle it. He said I'm dangerous too, so I think he can handle it.
Well, to your previous point you made about why would he strategize with Tommy, moving forward, we see the grandma, Abuela, and she don't like Miguel strategizing with Tommy, and she feel like that Tommy is only setting him up to take his spot, but Miguel's being stubborn about it. So, what you think about? I'm gonna just talk about that. How you feel about that part, Michelle, with the grandma Miguel and what she's saying to him and stuff. So,
Like you said, Miguel is being stubborn, right?
yeah,
And he still thinks he's the top leader.
right,
But it's like you said, it's funny how Tommy is not really affiliated with any one group,
right.
which I think allows him to play that top figure. He's associated with CBI, but he's not CBI. And then he's associated with Flynn, but he's not a Flynn.
Right.
So they see him as this independent player intertwined with all the groups. And I think that's what's allowing Miguel to say, okay, you're one step ahead of Diamond, you're one step ahead of Jannar, you're one step ahead of Vic. You know, what can I do with you?
Right. Okay.
You know? But to
makes
Abuela's
sense.
point, that's going to be his weak side.
And you feel the same way, Stephanie, about what she was saying to him?
No, because I think her being older and not new to this game, because she expressed that her husband was, in the game too, in Mexico. I think that she recognizes power, and I don't think she's met Tommy, but I think that she sees some of his moves, and I think that she recognizes that he might be a little more powerful than Miguel. Or a little more strategic than Miguel. So I think she brought up an excellent point with that, and I think he probably does watch out for Tom.
Okay. All right. We'll see how that plays out there. On next, we see Diamond, his PO. He came to see him again, but something kind of softened up a little bit. I guess Diamond showing him that he can trust him and whatnot. So he actually volunteers him to speak at this kind of city meeting about the shootings and the project, stuff like that. But also wants Diamond to renounce CBI in public, which he won't do. So, Michelle, how you feeling about the PO and Diamond right now? What's going on with that?
So like you said, the PO is starting to soften up, right? He hasn't been able to catch Diamond in the bad act of doing something.
Right.
So he's leading with that trust factor. But like Diamond said, if I was to denounce CBI, that's a death wish waiting to happen.
Right.
That's not going to happen. So he went along with it as a means to chart a better path for himself towards being released off parole. But at the end of the day, we all know what figure Diamond is really playing.
Okay. How you feeling about that, Stephanie? The PO and Diamond.
I think I feel the same way. I think when he asked, I was a little concerned. Like, why would you, as a PO, actually want somebody to put their life in jeopardy like that? So, I mean, he's not. This isn't his first time dealing with somebody, so he knows that they can't really do that. So I was just kind of concerned about that. Why would you do that? But he was a little nervous when he did the speech, but I mean, I guess it was okay. And I guess it makes him look good for parole. So.
Okay, yeah, let's get that. Let's talk about the police. So, the lead detective on the case, I don't know her name on the show, but I'll find out. But what's her name?
Stacy. You're talking about the one that's
Stacy.
Yeah.
Stacy. Okay, so Stacy is now like going off about Vic. She think Vic playing him. She don't like think Vic controlling the case. She wanted to see something happen sooner or later. Before she can even go off on her rant, her boss walks in and talks about the project shooting and how they need to get something done, which makes Stacy then say we got a 24-hour surveil Vic, be closer, yada yada yada. So let me start with you this time, Stephanie. How you feeling about Stacy and her agenda and how that's going along and stuff? So.
Now, when I think her name was Lori, when she came in from the DOJ, she said the projects got shot up. She said the girl got injured. She named all of these crimes that were well more important or way more important than Tommy Egan.
True.
So why does she focus just on Tommy? Like, I don't understand. He's new. You know about CBI. You know about the Flint. Like, I don't understand how she's so focused on Tommy. And I think just like other police officers that focused in the past on Tommy and Ghost, that's going to be her downfall. So I just don't understand why she has it out so much for Tommy when there's other people that are way bigger and way more well established into this crime, scene in Chicago. So I don't understand why she's just focusing in on somebody that's brand new. But I think that's going to be her downfall, and I think she's really focusing on the wrong thing. I think Tommy is not really her target. I think she should use Vic to kind of focus in on other people other than Tommy, because that's going to be her downfall.
How are you feeling about Miss Stacy and what's going on in the office of Michelle?
I think Tommy is the apparent link, right? So before Tommy came, you had all of your independent nations, all still tied to the Estrada family, as far as the main source of the drugs. But still, Tommy is the one that came in and really put all the players together. And I think that's why he is her major force. We see way at the end that her decision to do what she did with Vic did not pay off. Okay, it came back to bite her in the ass really quickly. So of course, she's very gung-ho. I want to save my job. I need this. I need that. I need this. I need that. But at the end of the day, she's going against the advice of her soldiers, her main detectives on the front line, and she's so gung-ho on nailing him now that she's moving too fast and not looking at how all the pieces are playing together. They know all the players, okay? They know Tommy and the Flint family and CBI and the Estrada and Miguel. They know all of the key players, but she's moving way too fast trying to pin down one person.
Yeah, I think she's moving reckless. She's obsessed already, and she's moving reckless. She's and she's so obsessed with control, worried about Vic controlling and stuff like that, rather than just sit back and let it play out. I think it's gonna be her downfall, like Stephanie said. And also, I feel like she's gonna lose somebody. Probably her husband, the detective. Gonna be next. Where her trying to get so close.
You know what she remind me of? What was the white dude from the original series, the detective?
The one that was Angela's boyfriend, or
no,
Mike?
Sax.
Sax. He reminds me of Sax.
Okay.
And how he was so on Ghost and Tommy, and then he lost his key position, ended up going to work with Method Man, but
Davis.
Davis. Forget Davis.
No, she was right.
Okay.
But like I said, what's that?
I said, you see how he died? He's still trying.
Yeah. Yeah. She's gonna have a problem. Let me talk about. So last time, Michelle, it's been a couple weeks since you've been on the show, and I remember at that time you wasn't really feeling Jannard's girlfriend Shanti, but since then her character done got some character development, and she a whole new Shanti since the beginning of the season. So we see her, and one of her guys who work for her is questioning her about messing with Jannard, and she got to put him in his place. How you feeling about Shanti right now, Michelle?
I still don't like her. I still do not like her. In a sense, she's very, very focused, right? One track. She wants to be the head,
Right.
and in spite of how it looks with her love story with Jannard,
Yeah.
I think that still she's using him as a ploy to get to the top.
Okay.
You
I
know,
got you.
I was surprised to see her character develop as much as it did over the last 3 episodes. I thought she was just gonna be a little pillow
Yeah.
bunny, but we're seeing that she's really stepping up. She's meeting up
Claudia.
with Claudia to make her own, female team deals. So like I said, I was surprised to see how much screen time she's gotten as now a lead character.
Me too. I'm surprised too. But well, let me tell you what you got. How you feeling about her and her ambitions, Stephanie Ashanti? Talking about now.
So with her, this scene, it just seemed very rushed. Like I know, like it's quite apparent that they're trying to establish her as a powerful character, but it seemed very rushed. We this whole season we haven't seen her like really make any moves like that. Like we know that she is in charge of the boxing, um, you know, I don't know what that's called,
The
but
gym.
that whole arena, the gym, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but we haven't really seen her like make any like really big moves. So because it came on so quick, to me it just didn't seem illegal, especially when she is a woman and she's taking down her second in command and threatening him. Like it just didn't seem I'm not trying to sit here and make it out like, oh, women can't be ashamed or anything. But that whole scene, she took him down and threatened them and everything. That just didn't seem believable to me. But I understand why they did. They're trying to establish her as someone that is powerful and that can really like make like bully moves. So I get it, but it came on too fast for me. I think they should have tried to do that earlier as opposed to just all of a sudden this show. But I'm interested to see how her character develops too, because it seems like she's going to try to cause a lot of issues and power struggles. So I'm interested to see how that'll work.
Yeah, she started out as like Michelle's like a bit player, like just like a little, here and there. All of a sudden, she's doing a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I guess they did say that she had her own corners or territory at one point, and she was working for CBI. But now it's kind of like she's much more hands on. I feel like than they showed before. So I am surprised. Like she what?
Like she's the muscle.
Yeah. I know she's a boxer or whatever like that, but still, like I don't know, it's kind of interesting. But next we had this whole coalition that we saw set up last week, and from all the different gangs and sides and all the parts of CBI all coming together, and we got Tommy and Diamond in the head of it and telling them not to retaliate on the Serbs and the reason why and how they're going to run stuff. And of course, it turns to a little frenzy, but they kind of get it together. So, Stephanie, how you feeling about Diamond and Tommy and leading this coalition to come together at this point?
I think this is good for Tommy because he is starting to establish who he is as far as with the leader. I think he's off to a really good start with trying, because I think ultimately Tommy wants to be like the distributor for all of Chicago. So I think it's a good start. I think that people with this are going to start to respect him. And I think it was a great move to do that. I'm not sure. I don't know how it's going to be when I think it's the DSD, when they find out that he's working with Miguel, who Miguel and him don't really get along. So I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. But I think it's going to be a good move, a powerful move.
How about you, Michelle? How you feeling with the coalition now?
So, Steph, I agree to your first point, right? Now we see Tommy stepping up. Always, in Ghost, he was always right behind. I'm sorry, not Ghost. In Power, he was always right behind Ghost, right? Now we see him starting to form his own style of leadership, even though he's still joined with other teams or troops, rather. So, in that sense, there is a lot of character development for Tommy. But at the same time, I'm waiting for something bad to happen. something really bad is going to happen because you have Tommy in the center of everyone. All right. Diamond leads CBI, and then the DSD guy leads that team, and whoever else leads the team. You got the guy in jail leading that organization. Tommy is in the middle of all of them, and Miguel and Che. So what's going to happen to put Tommy on the island by himself, which is eventually going to be, it may possibly be his downfall.
Okay, I see that. You're right. It is a lot happening around, and I think that to your previous point, by him uniting everybody in this city, it makes it like that's why it has Stacy more on him because they haven't never seen it like this. So I think that's more of a reason why with that. But you did speak about Shanti and Claudia a little bit. So in the scene, Shanti goes see her straight up like, "Listen, I saw you with the deal with Jannard. He didn't want it, but I want it." So they wound up having a back and forth, and they decided to go 50-50. Basically, Shanti supplied the girls in the club, Claudia supplied the drugs. And we see moving forward, inside the club, we also see Shanti show her muscle when the dudes try to rob Claudia and her girl. So, Michelle, real quick, we want to talk about that whole interaction between those two and what happened in the club. Yeah.
So I like the formation of their team, right? You have Shanti's character building up. And then after the last episode, we really didn't know what was going to happen with Claudia. She's on the outs with Vic. Her dad is dead. What are they? They're not Russian. What are they? Irish, right?
Irish, yeah, Irish.
Irish. So the Irish don't want her in control of anything because she's a woman. So we really didn't know where that was going to lead her off at. So now she's finding her own path, working with Shanti and pushing drugs or pills. So we all know Claudia likes 100% control. And I think within an episode or two, she's going to backstab Shanti.
Well, I think it looks like to me that her new girlfriend might have her backstabbing Shanti too, which you see later on.
Why couldn't they pick, and God forgive me, why couldn't they pick a prettier woman to be her girlfriend?
That's hilarious.
Or if not prettier, maybe a harder looking.
Right.
Between and not really giving off of whatever energy they're trying to provoke from her, it's just not working for me.
Okay.
She's just real awkward. She's very awkward. So I can see that 100%.
Well, Steph, how you feel about their partnership and also, how things went down inside the club there with that whole situation?
Well, I don't understand why it's needed, because the episode before, I think Claudia established that she was going to sell directly to the girls that work there.
Right.
So I'm not understanding how it benefits Claudia to actually do that and go 50-50 with Shanti when she already established something prior to her even talking to Jannard or Shanti overhearing it. So, but I guess they're trying to establish both of them as, a powerful couple working together. And it's nice to see, girls uniting. I'm hoping that they will get along, but it does seem like what you said, Michelle, that's going to happen. Claudia's already backstabbed her her brother. So what makes you think she's not going to do this to somebody? So I think that's what's going to happen. The whole scene in the club, I also didn't understand, because how do you rob somebody and then stay in the club and party? Like, I don't get that. But I think that whole scene established Shanti as the muscle in the group. So I'm happy, just like we said before, her character development. We're seeing how versatile she is and how she has like a really strategic move, but that she also can get, down and dirty with the guys and make sure that she can protect them. So I'm liking how it ends up. And I honestly, I hope that they can all stay together, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm not sure what happened. We lost Michelle. I'm sure she'll be back. But at the same time, we replaced her right away with my man, E Money. What's good, E?
What's good? What's good with you?
What's good with you? And E, we got Stephanie here in the building. She had to give her insight and thoughts. Steph Harris?
You can hear me, right? I'm good?
Yeah,
I can hear
I can
you.
hear you.
Okay.
I
Okay,
can't
all right,
hear
good.
E, but I can hear you.
You can't hear E, Michelle? I mean, Stephanie, you can't hear E?
You can hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
I can. Okay, all right, cool.
Go ahead.
I don't know. She'll be back. It must be her internet. I don't know what's happening. She'll come back. But for right now, you're the only woman, so hold it down for the women right now. So, E, we were talking about real quick your girl Shanti and how she now has established herself as a character on the show, and she her second in command. She was checking him. Now she got a partnership with Claudia. We saw her take out my man inside the club and try to rob Claudia. How you feeling about Shanti and that partnership? What's she doing? Meanwhile, I bring Michelle into. How you doing that?
I respect her, yo. Like, for real, I really like her. I like her character. She's strong. She made some good decisions, yo, for real. Like, I don't see the only decision I don't agree with is the Jannard shit. Like, I don't understand how she can't see through that, but she can see everything else.
Okay, all right. So you like her character? I think.
Yeah,
Michelle. I think Michelle's saying that, like, Jannard is a means to an end to get her to a higher place and stuff like that. She might be using Jannard.
So she's using Jannard as a stepping stone.
Hell yeah. Because when you look at them, right? She's playing her womanly duties, but at the same time, she's checking him. Get sober, man up, be in charge, kill Tommy. Like, she's giving him orders to get him back in line. She knows that she can't move within CBI or on top unless her number one guy, which is Jannard.
He froze a little bit, but I see what you're saying. Do you agree with that, Stephanie, about her relationship with Jannard? That she's using him to get to a higher place? Or you think she really liked Jannard?
I think she may be using him, but I don't think she's doing it for selfish reasons. I think she really does care about Jannard, and I think she's going to bring Jannard up. But E, would you have let her grip you up the way she did? She had them all on the rail, like, do what I say. You let her do that? Like, yeah, didn't seem believable.
That ain't happening. Yeah, that ain't happening. But see, what a lot of people ain't using is thinking is she's a golden glove. So do you want to get yoked up by her, or do you want to get, 5
chipped up
8 piece in front of everybody? And have knots and speed knots all over your face, your whole shit swollen. Yeah, I don't know if you want that.
Moving forward, we finally get some more scenes with Che, with Miguel's boss right now. And we see Miguel talk to Che about what him and Tommy discussed about cutting off the Serbs. Che don't want no problems at all, apparently. But Miguel saying, like, listen, I don't never do nothing. You tell me to retaliate when they come to my house. They do this and that, third. We got to do something. So Che finally agrees, and then he meets with the Serbs and with Mirkovic, and he wound up cutting him off. So let me start with E. How you feel about Che being present and him kind of, cutting off the Serbs upon Miguel's request there?
Right, because my one thing is I did not understand why he was yelling at Miguel in there. Like, yeah, you want to do this, you want to do that, da, 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 da. And it's like, nigga, Miguel ain't do shit.
Right.
They robbed Miguel ain't do nothing. They shot at Miguel ain't do nothing. Threatened territory, he ain't do nothing. They killing customers, he still ain't do nothing.
Right.
So, right, yeah, I wanted to see, like, what's the guy really got against Miguel where he didn't even see the Serbs as messing up his money. If they're bringing in triple what the Serbs is bringing in, wouldn't he be more nicer to Miguel? Like, Miguel bringing that bread in because of Tommy and them.
Yeah. I don't know. How you feeling about that, Michelle? We talked about Che and Miguel and him cutting the Serbs off there.
We saw that coming. Like E point, it's like Miguel has not responded at any point on any attack.
Right.
So this is only the next best move. We're not harming them in any way, but we got to make them suffer somehow to show them who the fuck is really in charge.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Steph, any thoughts on Che?
I agree. I think it was a great strategy that Tommy thought of, um, to actually cut them off, um, as retaliate, because they would have saw them coming if they would have just tried to retaliate as far as like shooting them. So I thought it was a great strategy, and interested to see what the Serbs do to kind of retaliate, or if they do anything.
Okay. Do you think? I think Miguel wound up taking Che out some kind of way. I think he's tired of being on leash a little bit.
I see
Hell
that.
yeah, I see
see
that.
Yeah. I can see that. So,
But I
um,
did
But what's their
respect how the
relation, though?
plug. I see. I don't know. I think it's just business. But I
Yeah,
do
me too.
respect that he stepped in there after Miguel said what he said. I do respect that he stepped in and like made it known. Like, yeah, well, motherfuckers really don't need you.
yeah, that's true. I think it's just. I don't think they're related. I think it's just business. I agree with E.
Yeah.
But I still feel like that at some point he's tired. It gets tiresome, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But we see Tommy with Vic all day. They having a little ride along, I guess. So Tommy and Vic, they hanging out. Tommy going on his collections and Vic with him. But meanwhile we see that they being tailed by the detective and stuff like that. And Vic kind of see him around and everything like that. So does Tommy. But what Tommy does do is he goes and meet with your girl Shanti for the first time. We see them have a conversation, and he comes out and says, I'm doing collections to make myself still known about the leadership. So Michelle, you felt about Tommy and Vic and their little day together and how the whole thing was going down.
I loved it. I loved it. Vic has a job to do.
Yeah.
His job is to collect intel for the police. So he's going to get as close to Tommy as he can to be able to see all the moves and their inner workings of Tommy's new plan. Tommy's smart in the sense that he smells the cop's presence. He just in that moment doesn't smell Vic's connection. He doesn't know. Of course, he doesn't know yet that Vic is working with the cops as a CI. So as far as Tommy going to go visit Shanti, like you said, he has to go make his presence known that he's still in charge. He's still, the one calling all the shots. She doesn't like it, of course. She doesn't like the white man. But
Right.
that's the name of the game right now. Tommy's in charge.
Okay. How you feel about the Vic and Tommy right along there?
All right. I like how Tommy shut her down. Like, you want to do this in front of your peoples?
And they all
Like, do
saying,
I gotta get loud? Yeah. Everybody stop boxing for a second. The plug. Do I have to get loud up here? I'm picking up the money. This is my bread at the end of the day. But I do see your leadership, and I respect that. I do see what you got going, and I respect that. See, I think that was real smart of Tommy for letting her know, like, yo, I know who you are. Like, you're not a nobody. I know exactly who you is, and I know you running shit for real. I see that.
Okay. Stephanie, your thoughts on both Tommy and Vic and their ride along, and also Tommy going to meet up with Shanti?
He had to meet with Tommy. I agree with Ian Michelle. He had to meet with Shanti, because he needed to establish who the leadership was and who she was. Because she didn't come to the meeting for the coalition. It was her second in command that came.
Yep.
So he needed to personally meet her. That's just a sign of a good leader. So I'm happy that Tommy again is going into leadership seriously and respectably. And I think he talked to her in a way, because he talked about loyalty and that he respected the fact that she remained loyal even though they kind of pushed her man to a corner boy. So I like that he established some kind of rapport and respect. And then I also like that he put Vic in his place by, I think he said, don't think you can hit a double when you're born on second base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really has an advantage because of his father and who his father was in the in the city. So he doesn't really know what he's capable of doing because he's always been under his father's thumb. So I think that riding along was good to kind of tell Vic, like, slow down, you're not as far as you think you are, and you still have some lessons to learn. Especially when he pointed out the feds. And I also wish that Vic wasn't like being a snitch, because
Me
I
too.
honestly feel like those two, Tommy and Vic, would be perfect partners together. I think there's a lot that they can learn from each other, and I wish that he would have established that instead of holding a grudge on him season one. So we'll see what happens. But
I'm with you, Steph, because I feel like that Vic don't hold a grudge no more, and I feel like they could have been good partners. Unfortunately, he has CI, so it don't gonna happen to him probably. But I do feel like they could. They could. You see like Vic taking Tommy to the hot dog spot, all this other stuff. I feel like they could have been like a good little, And Vic, one thing about Vic will kill you if pressed. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you don't have a problem.
later on.
And listen, they be all headshots. I'm like, oh, Vic is a good shot. Like I don't care what nobody say. Like he takes niggas out.
Nah, Vic's dangerous. My only thing about Tommy is this is still a Flynn. Why are you driving around with a Flynn? Why are you showing a Flynn anything?
But and, he's trying to show that they also got like the Flins are a part of the their crew too, like showing DSD that like we got the Flins as well. So
Yeah, that was smart. But I mean, like having him ride around with you all day.
yeah,
Well, we know why Vic is doing it, because he's trying to.
Yeah, we know why Vic's doing it.
So let me ask you a question, right?
Right.
Remember that scene where Vic had got the call from the cop, and the cop said, "I need you to meet me tonight."
yeah,
And Tommy said what he said to Vic about, you've been spoon-feed by your dad this whole time. I had to earn everything. And then he said, I'm going to do the rest of the drops by myself. I think in that moment is when he sniffed out a little bit that there was something up with Vic. And then we see it at the end of the episode.
See, I ain't get that.
I really think that, because Tommy has a 6th, 7th sense, right? He's not dumb. And just like he said, oh, they watching me, but they don't think I'm watching them back. I think at that moment is when he started to put the bridge together between Vic and possibly the cops, and then we saw towards the end of the episode.
See, I thought he didn't take Flynn with him because he was going to see old girl, and that nobody needs to know about that. Messing with Miguel's.
You know what, Michelle? I thought that at first, but then as the episode played out, I don't think you knew at that point. Actually,
Yeah.
but I did think that at first though.
Okay.
But speaking of eat, good segue. We do see Tommy go home. He making food, got the wine ready for Maria to come over and stuff like that. He chilling, texting her. She's like, I'm gonna be a little bit late. Meanwhile, we got your boy Jannard outside with the gun, talking to himself about trying to kill Tommy, but right place. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill Tommy like this. But right place, right time, because he sees her pulling up, and he get the pictures and everything, get them kissing outside, and he got some evidence on him. He like, what you doing, Tommy? He be cracking up.
Yo, he did. He cracking up. He said, oh, you chasing pussy ass. Yeah.
He was fucking
He was so happy he finally got something on Tommy. But
Yo, he was.
yeah, but let me start with you, E, since you said that. How you feeling about how that whole thing went down and what Jannard might do with what he got right now? So.
All right, so listen, before he had the gun and was going all crazy with the gun,
Yeah.
when he asked the dude to go get the gun, I thought that was like some type of diversion shit.
To buy the drugs. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Drugs,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I think they was just messing with us, and he knew that dude was gonna walk up to him and say something. So
Yeah.
he hurried up and made them get the gun, and then I thought that was like the connection for Jannard was real good. It was done real good this episode. Now him catching that shit, I just want to make sure he off that shit, man, because I've been looking at him funny since the handshake. Yeah,
It felt like though to me it felt like he decided not to do it, and kind of like him catching Tommy gave him like some sort of like boost to like let me stay clean because he got
let me stay clean, right? Good.
Yeah.
I
because
hope so.
well we'll talk about it later on, but yeah, I don't know, but Michelle, how you feeling about what happened and how he might use it and stuff like that?
That's the wrong motherfucking person to catch him.
Right.
That's the wrong person. So we gonna see that play out over the next episode or two. I feel like Jannard, even though Shanti checked him and put him in his place, Jannard is gonna taunt Tommy in some way or another to let him know that he knows.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Steph, how you feeling about what happened there and what he might do with it?
I guess I thought a little bit different. I thought they had to show him acting a little crazy because he is going through withdrawal, yo. Like I don't know if it was cocaine or whatever he was doing because I don't know anything about drugs, nothing like that. But they had to establish, him looking a little nuts because he really is going through withdrawal. He's doing it by himself. He's not doing any medication or anything. So I thought that was what that little hand thing was. And even him acting crazy. I thought that was, and if they didn't show that, I really would have been questioning the writer of this show because you had to. He just don't just stop, all of a sudden doing drugs and then just cool. So I'm glad that they showed that because it seems more natural.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just kind of scared for him. I hope he doesn't relapse. But yeah, I think that's what they had. That's the responsible thing to do, to show him that. As far as with him catching Maria, why was he even here?
He was trying to kill Tommy.
Kill Tommy.
Yeah, but I thought that Shanti told him just to wait. So even that shows that maybe he's not in his right mind yet.
Nah, but the boy, the other dude on the street was talking smack. Gassed him up.
Okay, we
and Jannard's very impulsive too.
Yeah,
yeah,
but he's too impulsive because if your girl yoked him up, man, you ain't telling me what to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure yoking you up in the boxing, man. You're not telling me what to do.
But he did gas him up like I thought Diamond was your brother and stuff like that. How you in charge CBI and blah blah blah. So that's why he was doing it. But it helped him out. Right place, right time. Like I said before. But next we got Diamond speaking to him and Tommy, and they go meet with Miguel again, asking for more product, talking about how they they tripling the thing, but they need better prices too. And Miguel said nothing changes, and they kind of talk him into doing it. But of course, he does what he does. Give him a threat, like, okay, but I need this here and now. And if it's not here and now, both y'all gonna end up dead. How y'all feeling about them continuing to try to expand? With Miguel and ask for a better price. Even talking about that, the better prices for more product and stuff like that. How you feeling about that?
All right, so I like the movement. Like I really respect the movement, and I like how they trying to get it done the faster the better. Miguel need to step it up. Like Miguel need to know how to use them, and that's my problem with Miguel. Miguel seemed like he don't know how to use them. So if you know how to use them, you would definitely go back to Ballhead Poppy. You just got done. Who dismissed the serves of their work.
Check.
You would definitely go back to him and be like, hey, listen, I need more product. Now that you got rid of them, we ready to buy more. We ready to take over more. We ready to do more. You won't need them at all. You won't even know they missing.
Okay. Michelle, how you feel about them going to Miguel for more product and better prices and stuff like that?
I mean, that was the next step for them. But for me, Miguel I think he's falling back on the feelings he had towards them in the first couple of episodes where Tommy came around. Mm-hmm. He's not trusting it. And you see that with his conversation with them. He has to move forward with making a deal with them, of course, but it's moving way faster with more people in play than what he's used to, especially a big player like Tommy. So I see in his character, he's not trusting it, but he also doesn't have a choice because now the serves are out and they are able, Tommy and Diamond have shown that they're able to join forces with other organizations and move more product. So he has no choice, but I still see in the back of his mind, he's still leery about it all anyway.
Okay. Steph, any thoughts on that?
Pretty much the same thing. They had to lower the price for it because they now realize that they are the most profitable for him and that they're really making moves to help him. So that's, as far as with business, that's the best thing to do, to try to get the price a little bit lower. And I think, Michelle, you're right. I think that goes back to what his grandma was saying. Like, I don't think he trusts Tommy because of what his grandma was saying too, and because he sees how powerful Tommy is, with his strategy and everything. So, yeah, I think he's starting to realize that he has to kind of look out for Tommy and he doesn't trust him.
Okay. Well, Tommy and Diamond meet back up. They supposed to go meet with DSD, but Diamond can't go because he got to go do the speech situation. So, meanwhile, we saw earlier that Diamond came to the crib with the girl, invited her to watch the speech. Now he's doing the speech with her and her son, give his little speech, and then invite her to come over for dinner. How you feeling? No, let's talk about Sheldon. How you feeling about how that whole thing going down with Diamond and his speech and his girl and all the stuff and the son?
But we saw that coming, didn't we?
Yeah.
we saw them coming. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay. Stephanie, thoughts on Diamond and this new woman? Let's say.
Yeah, we definitely saw that coming.
But wait, where's the CO?
He was there. Oh, right. That's my question. That was my next question, actually. The CO, the one who got the drugs in the jail for him.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know where she is.
What happened to her?
Yeah. I don't know. E, how you feeling about Diamond and her?
Listen, there's one thing about Diamond, right? He may not be out there catching bodies, but he damn sure gonna catch some pussy. Okay? He damn sure. That's one thing we know about Diamond.
Yeah, in his way.
He is.
Yeah. He is. Do y'all felt about the speech? Because he's still a drug dealer, obviously. So you felt it was like sincere, or he just kind of had to do it, or whatever like that. So what he said, both. Okay.
I feel both. Yeah.
I feel like both too. Like he said just enough to appease the crowd and to appease the CEO, as well as the new formation of his relationship with the kid and the mom, but also enough to not ruin his street connections and relationships either.
Right.
So he skated between both. That's super nice to know. I'll give him that.
It reminded me of Ghost when he was running for
Yeah, that's what I said. I told you. He reminds me of a Ghost character, yo.
Yeah, especially right there, because Ghost was playing both sides a lot. You know what I mean? In that regard. So we do see. So they want. So again, they got the full court press on Vic. You gonna do what we say? No more playing. Now you got to wear a wire to the DSD meeting. He meet with the other detective Alvarez. They give him the wire, tell him how to use it, say he'll be close and stuff like that. How you feeling about Vic and having to wear this wire now, E? How you feeling about that situation?
Man, I thought that shit was crazy. I didn't think Vic was going to do it. If I was Vic, I wouldn't have did that shit. I mean, it happened how it happened, but jeez, that was some crazy shit to be doing. And then having to go where them poppies was at.
Yeah.
Like, not only you wearing the wire just to be around Tommy, you going places. Like, you going to meetings and shit. Like, yeah, nah. That was crazy.
Michelle, how you feeling about the actual, again, more of her pressure on him and him having to wear the wire in the meeting there?
Again, this is all about her tactics to keep her job and to show proof that they're actually utilizing this task force the way it was, meant to be in design. Vic already knew. Like I said, it's a death sentence for me to wear that. But she said, well, it's modern technology. It's not the 80s. And they gave him that Celtic triangle necklace, which I was like, is that not obvious?
Right.
But,
I'm like, how modern is that? It's a necklace. I thought it'd be some new stuff or whatever like that.
Right.
I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know, like a button or something.
Yeah.
Like a cuff link. But
they talking about new technology, and it was a wooden wooden necklace.
Right. Because for all intents and purposes, what would stop somebody from saying, "Oh, I like that"? Snatch.
Right. So, Steph,
like, what the fuck is this?
How you feeling about again him having to wear the wire, her pressure on him, Stacey's? How you feeling about that stuff?
I think it was a dumb move on Stacey's part, but we kind of already know that what that leads to. But I thought it was kind of fitting. He's Irish. The little Celtic cross thing. I thought it was fitting for who he was. So I guess they were just trying to kind of get something that he may wear. So, but I think it was very unsmart to actually get him to wear the wire, especially this quickly. And I mean, we see at the end how it turns out. So
We'll get to that. But they do meet with DSD, and if they pulling up, it's 50. The crew out there. They throw a brick through Tommy's window, let him inside. We find out that he don't like Miguel at all because Miguel think he better than him because Miguel's Mexican and he's Puerto Rican and stuff like that. And Tommy kind of do what Tommy do and talk him into getting the product from them. And it goes well. And Vic does get the thing on the recording. So, Michelle, how you feel about that meeting with DSD?
You're in that particular meeting. We're seeing Tommy's plan, right?
Right.
His whole goal is to unify all the organizations around the city to be under one operation and him at the top. So, through his tactics, through his words, his ambition, we're seeing it happen. With Vic wearing the necklace and be able to turn it on, of course, that was the whole purpose of the wires, to get the recording of that meeting. So, it worked in a sense, but I'm leery about all of these organizations and teams working together in the next episode or two. I think it's going to fall apart.
Hey, how you feeling about how the meeting went with Tommy and the Puerto Ricans and DSD?
So I thought everything was going good except for the brick for the window.
Yeah.
Was it a brick or his shot through it?
It was a brick.
It was a brick.
It was a brick? Okay.
Yeah. They bricked that joint.
Mhm.
Yeah. That and what was my other part? Did he say something about Miguel?
Yeah.
Or was I tripping? Right?
Nah. He did. He said
He
he don't like Miguel at all because Miguel think that he better than him because he's Mexican. Miguel Mexican and he's Puerto Rican.
And he Puerto Rican. Right.
Yeah.
Alright. All right. I thought so because I was like, wait a minute. You don't know they working for Miguel, boy? Like,
He don't know that part.
I
He
don't
don't want to
know
fuck
that
with
part.
Miguel. Yeah. So.
that's going to be it.
That's why it's going to fall apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even know it was Mexicans, Puerto Ricans like.
I didn't know that.
like-
Had that problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Steph, how you feeling about that whole DSD meeting?
I think it's gonna be a problem, just like what everyone said, that he's working with Miguel. I think Tommy is kind of showing his Power original season side where he's leaving secrets and not really being honest about certain things. So that's gonna be a mess. And the leader, I forgot his name, the leader of DSD.
I forgot to also.
Yeah.
He said, when you work together like that, you either have somebody snitching or somebody having sex with someone else's sister. And I
Right.
thought that was very fitting because who is he talking to? The two people that are doing it.
Yo. Yeah.
That's true.
You didn't think about that.
I didn't think about it at all.
I kept rewinding it. I'm like, yo, he's talking to them. But they just brushed over it. So I think the leader of the DSD is real smart. And he's going to catch on to that. And it's going to cause a lot of problems for Tommy. So I guess we'll just see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy needs to cut old girl off, man.
It's always a girl with Tommy, I swear,
Right,
man. Like, it's
yo.
always a shit.
It's
So.
always
Let's cut her off.
I was looking for Holly to come back and haunt his ass again this episode.
Like, yeah, you know better. You know better, right?
That did surprise me last episode though, with Holly coming back. I gotta say, yeah, that caught me out of nowhere or not. But ending it this show, we do see that they do talk about a meeting with Vic and Tommy, and then Steph alluded to this earlier. When Tommy drops him off, he sees the feds because they so close, this Alvarez dude. And then when he rolls up on Vic to meet with him, Tommy rolls up on both of them and tells Vic, only way to prove that you're not a fed is take him out. And Vic takes him out real quick with the headshot. So, Michelle, let me end it with you. How you felt about that, how that whole thing went with Vic, Tommy, and Detective Alvarez there?
Again, Tommy, like you said, they think that, I don't know that they're watching me and I'm watching them.
Right.
So when he ran down that block and he saw, what was it, Crown Vic or the cop car, whatever he saw,
Yeah.
he knew they were close. It just so happened that he caught Vic and the detective together talking, and then he had to force Vic to show that, hey, you either gonna kill him to prove to me that you're not a snitch or a CI, or you're not gonna kill him and I'm gonna kill you because now I know you are. So Vic had a choice to make. And next episode is when we're gonna see all that shit unravel. Because now you got a dead detective on the streets. Now here's the thing, right? When I was in the Facebook group, and somebody said that it was a possibility that the wire was on when he was talking to the cop or the investigator. So hopefully the wire did not pick up that conversation between Tommy, Vic, and the investigator and then hear the gunshot.
I don't think it was on.
Because he has to produce that wire.
Yes, he does. I don't think it was on though. I think Vic is going to blame it on Tommy and tell them it's their fault for having them, so
Push
close.
so hard. Yeah.
Yeah. What you think about E? What happened to the detective and how the whole thing went down?
Yo. When Tommy caught him, I was like, yo, here we go. I thought he was gonna kill both of them, honestly. Like, I thought he was gonna get rid of the situation right there. That would have got rid of the situation right there. Get rid of both of them. But instead, Vic, you see how grimy Vic is. Like, you see, Vic's about Vic. So I do feel like he was gonna blame it on Tommy.
Steph, how you feeling about the last scene and how the whole thing went down?
I don't know how they're going to get, because it does seem like maybe the wire was on, but I don't know. And like, how is he going to get past this detective? You said his name was Alvarez.
Yeah, his last name, Alvarez.
Yeah. How? What are they going to do? Where they going to hide the body? People are going to know. Like, that's just. I'm trying to see where the writers are going to go with that one. Because, I mean, he was really forced to do it. He had to. There's no other way. So they really can't, blame it on him. Stacey kind of forced them to do that. And if she can't see that, then she's blind. I don't know how she can't see that.
I don't think she's going to see it. I don't think she's going to see it. I think she's so gun-ho on paying Tommy that she's not going to see the error of her own ways in this situation.
But Detective Sang told her, and her told her.
Yeah.
So, like, how could she not?
I think she's trying to make this like her big career crowning achievement and stuff like that. And she's so gung-ho. I agree with Michelle on that situation.
She's definitely gung-ho.
Yeah, as far as the body concerned, I mean, they just got rid of the body that D. Mac killed, the other detective dude. So they get rid of bodies. I don't think they got a problem with that. Diamond got rid of that body.
So.
Right.
So that's a police officer, though. We talking about
that.
So,
that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is a fed.
I'm happy. I was like, yeah. He was getting on my nerves.
Yeah, I hate a shame.
Oh,
Yeah, when he was talking shit. Well, I think it was a good episode. We got a lot happening. I mean, I don't know how many. I think it's like 3 left in the season. Is it 8, 9, 10? I guess.
Man, this was a good one though. I enjoyed this one.
A lot of development, and I'm trying to figure out. We know Shanti want to see Tommy dead. We know Janara got some information. We got what happened with Vic, and then Claudia. Like, I don't know who's gonna die left this season. I'm confused now. What y'all think? Any thoughts on?
Janara.
You think Janara and Shanti, or just Janara and stuff like that? So.
I don't give Shanti no mind. I think it's gonna be Janara.
Because you don't like her. I don't think Diamond gonna let anything happen to his brother. He already covering for him with Tommy. Because Tommy, I think Tommy kind of knows there's something going on as far as with his drug issue, but he just doesn't know what to say. But I don't think Diamond is going to let something happen to his brother. So,
you think
about his dad and what his dad
He did.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Claudia, because I think she's gonna do some crazy shit.
Okay, we're gonna see. I think it's gonna be either Claudia or Vic, but not both, and either Janara or Shanti, but not both. I think one of those out of those, live in both situations. Or not, in my opinion. Mikovich, nah, not yet. He gonna be around for a while. Jay might get it though. Miguel, I don't know. Is anybody? We're gonna see. But Thank you all for coming on the show tonight. I'm sorry, what was that?
I said I was thinking Shay or Michelle. Miguel. I'm sorry.
Miguel. Okay. All right. No, not Michelle. We can't have it happen to Michelle.
No, not Michelle. I'm sorry. I was sure. Yeah.
Well, thank you all for coming on. I like this panel, man. Hope we can get back on here next week at the same time. Definitely appreciate it, Michelle. Good to have you back. Stephanie, for your first time, you did great. Just to let you know. No reason to be nervous. So clap for her. Whatnot. We'll be back next week. Like I said, at the same time. Of course, everybody like, comment, and subscribe who's watching. I'll be back on Tuesday with my football show. And for that, we out. Peace.